Hello everyone, myself Sowmya, Assistant Professor in CSE AIML Department, MLR Institute of Technology. In this video, we are just continuing the previous video, the form tags continuation only. So as we have multiple tags in form tags, under form tags we have multiple tags that we are continuing in this video. So coming to the overview of this presentation covers more form tags. So in the previous presentation, we discussed about the select tag, but under the select tag, now we also discussed about the opt group. So previously we added only the options. Now we are going to make groups in that options also. And action attribute. So action attribute I just mentioned in the previous video, but now we are going to discuss in depth. And target attribute also we are going to discuss about the method attribute of form tag. So coming to the select tag. So in the select tag is used to create a drop down list as we discussed in the previous video. So we will see different or additional things about the select tag here. So for the select tag, we can use different attributes like disabled, name, multiple, size. So disabled specifies that the drop down list should be disabled. So if I write select and followed by disabled, then the drop down list will be disabled. So when the drop down list will be disabled, for example, I am shopping in a supermarket website. So then sub particular, for example, fruits. For fruits, you have a drop down list, but the fruits are out of stock. In that case, what they will do, they will make it as disabled. That will not be enabled. And next, so defines the name for the drop down list. This we have seen in the previous video. For the select tag, you are also giving name. So what type of drop down list it is, whether it is for fruits or whether it is for vegetables, whether it is for cars, to indicate that you are giving a name for that drop down list. And next is multiple, whether I can select multiple options from that list or not. So specifies that multiple options can be selected at once or not. So if multiple is enabled, then yes, you can select multiple options at the same time, otherwise you cannot select. And next is size, defines the number of visible options in the drop down list. For example, I have 10 items in that drop down list, but I am giving the size as only 4. Now what happens if I click on this button, drop down button, it will display only 4 items at the same time. After 4 items, of course, you have the scroll bar. If you click on the scroll bar, it will display the remaining items also. If you don't mention size, all the items will be displayed at a time, but if you mention size, only that particular number of items will be displayed at the same time. So next is opt group, option group. So opt group is used to group the set of options. For example, I'm shopping in a same supermarket website. So what they have given, items, just items, a drop down list is created. So in that drop down list, in the set of items, I have vegetables, I have fruits, I have grocery, everything is jumbled, if everything is mixed. So first thing, I have fruit, followed by vegetable, followed by some grocery item, again fruit, vegetable, grocery item. It is like mixed. So it's not like ordered or categorized. In that, it's not like flexible, right? It's not easy to identify the items. So instead of that, if you use this opt group, the items you can make it as groups. So all the fruits I'm making as one group, and I'm keeping all those items under fruit group. And all the vegetables I'm making as one group, and I'm giving the group name as vegetable. And all the grocery items or pulses or dals, whatever it may be, I'm making some groups, and under that group I'm adding that items. So like that, opt group will be used here. So now for opt group also, again you're using these two what we call attributes. So specifies that an option group should be disabled. Same thing. If you want to disable a particular option group, that you can disable, and you can also give the label, the text associated with that option group, whether it is for fruits, whether it is for grocery, whether it is for dals, or whether it is for pulses. That option group name you can give using label tag. So here the basic use of option group is, it is used to group related options in the drop down list, as we discussed earlier. So this is an example for option group. So the same program within the form tag, I am writing the select tag. So for select tag, of course, you can give us name. Of course, it's not mandatory, but you can also mention select name is equal to. So what you are giving here, you are giving vegetables and fruits. You can give any name for your select tag. After select tag and before creating these options, I am writing a tag called opt group tag. Opt group. What is the opt group name? label I'm giving as vegetables. So if it is a select tag, how we are naming that select tag? Using an attribute called name. If it is a opt group tag, how you are giving a name for this? Using a tag attribute called label. So to name the opt group, you are using an attribute called label. What is this option group? It is the option group name is vegetables. And for that option group, you need to add the set of items. So how to add the items? Again using the option tag. What are the options you're giving? Tomato, brinjal, chili, ladyfinger, bitter gourd. So that's all. After closing all the options, after completing all the options, just close your option group. What is the option group? Here closing only the vegetable. And next I am opening another opt group for the fruits also. And after opening, I'm adding a set of options. I'm closing the option group. I'm closing the select tag. I'm closing the form tag, body tag, and HTML tag. And now if you see the output, this is the output. If you click on this drop down list, automatically it will show what is the name here. What is the opt group name? First opt group is vegetables. Under this vegetables, 5 options is added. 5 options are added. The second opt group name is fruits and 5 options are added. You can observe the difference between the opt group and options. So opt group is giving us heading like left aligned and it is in bold. And under this options, you can check all these are normal text and it's like it is coming under the vegetable category. So like that it will come if I use the opt group. And next is disabled. I want to disable some set of options here. So that we will see now. So here the same program again. The first one is vegetables category. So in this vegetables category, the chili is out of stock. In that case, what I'm doing here, option tag, I'm making it as disabled. So tomato is enabled, brinjal, ladyfinger, bitter gourd. All these are enabled, but the chili is disabled. That you cannot click on it. It will be visible. The chili is visible, but it is in ash color. You can check the output. I will show you. So it is in ash color. You can't click on it. So here all these options are enabled only. Nothing is disabled. So if you observe the output, all the items are added, including chili also. But chili is not in black color. If you observe, all the remaining items are added in black color, but the chili is in ash color. And if you try to select it, you cannot select that. Why? Because it is out of stock. That's why you make it as disabled. So that's the use of disable option with the option tag. So next option is selected. So it is by default it is selected. Something like previous selected we have written for the check boxes, right? In the same way, it is also selected. If you write selected, selected attribute for any item, that will be selected by default. So the same program under vegetables, I have added all the vegetables, and under the fruits, all the fruits are added. But only for the orange fruit, you are writing the attribute as selected. Now, if you have written the selected, you can see the output, all are in black color only, but this orange color is by defaultly selected. So if you don't write the selected thing, you can see by defaultly the option 1 is selected. Right? Selected in the sense you are not selecting, but that is highlighting, right? Tomato is highlighting here. Why? Because I didn't select anything. The first item by default it will be selected. But if you want to select any particular item, for example, it's a mango season, right? So mango may be at the end of the list, but he want to highlight that. In that case, what he will do? He will select that mango item so that the user, whenever the user opens, automatically he can see, okay, mango is available. It's a seasonal fruit. It is available. Something like that. So if it wants to highlight a particular item, he can select that particular item. If you don't give this selected, by default, the first item will be selected. So next is multiple. If I write this multiple, I can select multiple options at the same time. So generally in the select tag, the drop down list, you can select only one item at a time. But if you use this attribute multiple, then you can select multiple items at the same time. So this multiple option attribute you're giving along with the select tag only. Select, what is the name? Multiple is equal to multiple only. If you write this, yes, you can select multiple items at the same time. And the same thing, option group for vegetables and 5 vegetables, option group for fruits and for the 5 fruits. And you can see, you can select multiple items at the same time. But the appearance of the list, drop down list is different if you use this select. You can see the previously it is showing like a drop down list. But once if you write this multiple, it is like a different drop down list. So next is size. The size is also here using along with the selected tag only. If I use size is equal to 4, only the 4 items will be visible if I click on that list. So under vegetables we have 5, under fruits we have 5. Now if you can see only 4 items at the same time. Even for 4 also, the appearance of the list is different. It is like a list of items, not like a drop down list. So you can see only 4 items at the same time. 4 items in the sense, of course, vegetable is a heading here, but still it will be considered as one item. So 4 lines of text you can see at the same time. And here we have a scroll bar. If you scroll that, the remaining items will be displayed. So next is action attribute inside a form tag. So as we seen in the previous video, action attribute is used to submit your form data to your backend application. So the action attribute defines the action to be performed when the form is submitted. So what action need to be performed? So for example, I am filling a Gmail application, Gmail sign-in page. So what should be the action after filling the email and password? It should reach to the server. The server should validate and it should give a login page or a failure page, right? That is the action to be performed here. So in this case, what exactly we are doing? The form data you're submitting to the server. So here the form action is equal to path to which file I need to submit this data. The form data will be submitted with this file. So this file will verify and it will give the response. Response is nothing but the action. So usually the form data is sent to a file on the server when the user clicks the submit button. So as we see, the submit, if the type is equal to submit, I already told you that if you click on submit, the data will be sent to the server. So that server page where you're providing inside the action. So this is an example here. Form name is equal to the name of the form you're giving as form 1. Action is equal to I'm giving some website address mlrit.ac.in. So you are filling some details. You're creating some form here where it is reading the username followed by password followed by submit and reset button. If you click on submit, where exactly this page will be redirected? The page will be redirected to your MLRIT page. And reset button, if you click on reset button, it will be reset. All the details will be reset. I'll show you the execution of this program. So action attribute will give the URL or path where your form data should be sent. We should save our file with .html extension. So I just double click on that application. Select any browser. So this is the output I'm getting. Username followed by password. You can give any username and any password. If you click on sign in, it will be redirected to your action path. Whatever the action path you're giving, to that it will be redirected. If I click on reset, the values will be reset. That's all. So next is the target attribute. The target attribute specifies way to display the response that is received after submitting the form. So now, just now we have seen if you are clicking on submit button, automatically it is redirecting to the MLRIT website. But that MLRIT website is opened in the current window itself. It is not opening a new window, right? In the current window itself, it is opening. So if you want to open it in a new window or if you want to open it in a new tab, so we have different target attributes here. This target attributes are also we are giving to the form tag only. So in the target attribute, what will be the values? The first one is underscore blank. The response is displayed in a new window or new tab. Underscore self. The response is displayed in the current window itself, the same tab, same window. Underscore parent. The response is displayed in the parent frame. I mean the current frame. So top frame or the frame name. If you have multiple frames and if you have the frame name, that you can mention as the target attribute. So here you can see form action is equal to some PHP page and target is equal to underscore blank. So same program we will see, the previous program only. So target I'm giving as underscore blank. So you can see now it is opening in a new window, new blank page. But previously it is opening in the current window, current tab only. But if I give the target as underscore blank, it is opening in the new window. That's the use of target. So next is method attribute. Inside form tag, basically we have three attributes. One is action, the other one is target, and the other one is method. So action attributes, what action should be taken or to where the form should be redirected after clicking on the submit button. And next target, where path should be opened, where the response should be opened, whether it is in a new blank page or the current page or the parent page or any new frame. So that will be mentioned in the target. And the next one is method. So whenever you send your data to the backend page, the data will be transferred, right? How the data will be transferred? The method of data transmission can be mentioned using in the method. So whether it should be in a secured way or in not secured way, that you can mention using method attribute. So the method attribute specifies HTTP method to be used when submitting the form data. To send the form data to the server, you are using HTTP methods. HTTP is nothing but Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The data will be transferred to the server through a protocol called HTTP. So the form data can be sent as a URL variables with the method get or as HTTP post transaction with the post. So if you use the method name as get, the as it is data will be transferred without encrypting that, without securing the data. As it is, the data will be transferred to the server. But if I use the post, the data will be encrypted and that encrypted data will be sent to the server. So this example uses the get method when submitting the form data. So here I'm giving method is equal to get. Even if I don't mention any method also, method name also, the default method name is get only. If I don't mention any name, the default method name is get only. And next, if I want to secure my data, if I want to send my data securely after encryption, if I want to send the data, the method I should mention as a post. The data will be encrypted and that encrypted data will be sent to the server. So first method is get to transfer the data to the server. In this method, we don't have security for our data and only limited data can be sent to the server page. So these are the two disadvantages here in the definition itself. You can't secure your data. You can send only the limited data to the server. So syntax is form, action is equal to the action page where you want to send your data, and the method is get. Of course, you don't need to mention this. Why? Because by default method is a get only. So information sent from a form with the get method is visible to everyone. So you can check the address bar. In the address bar, while redirecting the complete data, whatever you're sending, that will be visible in the address bar. Get also has limits on the amount of transformation. The limitation is only 2048 characters. So at a time using get method, you can send only 2048 characters. However, because of the variables are displayed in the URL, it is possible to bookmark the page. The page, someone can store that page and that data can be used for different purposes. So this can be useful in some cases. Get may be used for sending non-sensitive data. If it is a non-sensitive data, you can send using get method also. Nothing will happen. Get should never be used for sending passwords or other sensitive information. If it is containing some sensitive information, you can't use the get method. Why? Because that sensitive information will be visible on the URL. Coming to the post, it is just reverse. It is very secure. You can't see the data in the URL. Why? Because the encrypted data will be sent to the server, and also unlimited data you can send to your server. So if it is a get method, you can send only 2048 characters at a time. But if it is a post, you can send unlimited data. So coming to the example for get and post. So here you are creating two forms here. So in the form, action is equal to rows.jpg. So a rows page will be open here. The method is get. So here you are asking for the username followed by password followed by submit button. Also you have post. The post also we have, right, the same thing, username, password, and if you click on submit, it will go to rows.jpg. So you can see here, get example. This is the output you will get method, post method. I'm just filling this username, password. If you click on it, it will be redirected to the rows.jpg. That's okay. But see in the URL, you can check. So it is giving username is equal to Sowmya and password is equal to ABC. So password is also displaying in the URL, which is not secure. But if you go with this post, I'm giving the details using post here. If you click on submit, it will again going to the rows.jpg. But you can see the URL, it is not displaying any data. So that's the difference between get and post. So as we don't have rows.jpg, we are just giving right. Right. So I'm just giving username and password. So it is redirecting, but at the same time, you can check this. It is giving username is equal to Sowmya and password is equal to ABC. And now, if I give with post, yes, it is redirecting, but you can see it is not showing anything in the URL. In the URL, it is not showing anything. So that's the use of post method where it is secured. So that's about this form tags continuation. So in the form tag, we have different subtags. So where we mainly discussed about the select tag, where in the select tag, we also used opt group, where you can group the set of options. And along with the form tag, we have three main attributes. One is action attribute, target attribute, and method attribute. So action attribute will indicate what action need to be taken after submitting the form, or the form should be submitted to which server page, that will be mentioned in the action. And where the response should be displayed, right? The action page where it should be displayed, that will be given by the target. And what type of method you're using to send the data to the server, like get method or post method. So we also have seen the example applications in this video. Thank you.